What's happening? This is Joshua Boetsi and you're watching Sporting Icons.
Okay, so Jermaine Franklin has all but confirmed Anthony Joshua will be his next opponent. It will be April the 1st and it will be announced this week. Pretty much mirroring what Eddie Hearn said in the previous IFL TV interview where he says April the 1st for Anthony Joshua and his opponent will be announced this week, and he confirmed Jermaine Franklin is the front runner. Or he's at least one of three people that they've spoken to. Anyway, Jermaine Franklin, he takes to social media, Twitter to be precise, and says this: I'm ready for all the smoke. Big news coming up this week. I don't play box. Time for the 989 assassin to take aim on body count #22. April the 1st. So there you go. He's pretty much mirrored what it is that Eddie Hearn has said. So it looks like Jermaine Franklin is in fact going to be Anthony Joshua's opponent. Now, people criticised Dillian Whyte when Dillian Whyte took on Jermaine Franklin. Jermaine Franklin at that time was 22-0, right? So people criticised Dillian Whyte even though Dillian Whyte come off a knockout loss to Tyson Fury. Weird that, isn't it? How they criticised Dillian Whyte for fighting an undefeated guy, right? Anyway, so Jermaine Franklin, he does much better than people expect him to do. Dillian Whyte, he's transitioning into what Buddy McGirt wants him to be. Some people believe that Jermaine Franklin beat Dillian Whyte. I don't see that. I just see it as Jermaine Franklin did better than what most people thought he was going to do. Okay, that's all it really was. But anyway, it is what it is. Some people do feel Jermaine Franklin won the fight. Eddie Hearn said to Jermaine Franklin before the Dillian Whyte fight, if you beat Dillian Whyte, you're guaranteed Anthony Joshua next. So does Eddie Hearn believe he beat Dillian Whyte? Maybe he does. I don't know. But either way, as Eddie Hearn has previously said as well, that Anthony Joshua's new trainer doesn't really want Joshua to go fight a southpaw, not for their first fight together. So they want an orthodox fighter, easy to prepare for, easy to train for. So there you have it. Jermaine Franklin is an orthodox fighter. Is it a good opponent? Why not? But at the same time, you could look at it and say, but that was Dillian Whyte's opponent. Dillian Whyte beat him. So why are you fighting him? But as I did before, when Jermaine Franklin's name first came out about being Anthony Joshua's potential opponent, well, it could be about bragging rights. If Anthony Joshua does a better job on Jermaine Franklin, or he beats him more convincingly, or it even knocks him out, that's bragging rights over Dillian Whyte for when they have their fight in the summer, at least potentially, right? So there is that way to look at it. But again, people who criticise Jermaine Franklin are probably the same people who were celebrating Tyson Fury taking on Derek Chisora for a third time. Same people who are probably agreeing that Robert Helenius was a good comeback fight for Deontay Wilder. Well, Robert Helenius, he was ranked high in the WBA because he defeated Adam Kalinacki and blah, blah, blah. Ignoring the fact that previously Robert Helenius got knocked out by Yohan Duapa and Gerald Washington, two people who Deontay Wilder had already knocked out. He lost to Dillian Whyte. But this is a good opponent because he beat Adam Kalinacki. Adam Kalinacki, who has, of course, since lost to somebody else, Demarizian, right? What can you do? Anyway, people will have their two-facedness about them. It doesn't matter who Anthony Joshua fights next. He's going to get criticism. Doesn't matter. Dempsey McKean was out there. Of course, I've done an interview with Dempsey McKean. Go check out that one. People criticise it. You choose Jermaine Franklin, people criticise it. Anthony Joshua could fight Deontay Wilder next. People will criticise it. Doesn't matter what he does. So I'm glad that Anthony Joshua is not listening to the haters. Don't try and please them. You'll never change their mind. So good on him. Good on him. Him against Jermaine Franklin, I will watch. That's for sure. And I'm going to be interested. Will he do a better job on Jermaine Franklin than Dillian Whyte did? I said I had Dillian Whyte beating him. I did. Let's see what Anthony Joshua can do. Of course, with his new trainer. Looks like Derek James. Drop your thoughts below. Click thumbs up, subscribe. Catch you next video.